Okay, so Naruto Shippuden episode 279. This was a filler episode, by the way, so there's not going to be quite as much to talk about. I won't always review filler, but certain times I will, certain times I won't. It just depends how busy I am and if I feel like doing it or not. So anyway, this episode starts off with Sakura. She had just beaten the crap out of the white Zetsu that um, pretended to be Neji, and then she's talking. She talked to it a little bit. It wasn't very important because the main thing about this chapter is Kiba, Hinata, and Shino. They all go in a cave, and they're talking a little bit about the White Zetsu and what it's able to do. And then we see a few come out of the ground, I believe it is, and they don't have any problem with it. I mean, it's White Zetsu, no transformation or anything, just straight up White Zetsu. Kiba takes a few out, Shino takes a few out, Hinata, they all do their job. We see these two ceiling ninjas, I believe it was, come along. They weren't very important. Again, minor characters. They come along, and they're running. You see Shino, Hinata, and Kiba running, and then you see Kiba hit one, and he hits like a lantern. It looks like, and there's apparently oil in the cave, and I guess that was supposed to be a trap, but yeah, so it catches fire, and there's a big explosion with like the paper bombs, and so it's really actually pretty funny when you see them like all get up, you see Kiba and Shino, um, and then you see it's like in a big rock, all of these rocks fell down, and then you see like this, like you don't see the actual face or anything. You just see like this person's arm, like as they're like running towards the person. I'm like, an arm. Just seeing someone's arm, I get they weren't crushed, but it was just kind of like I was thinking, now where have I seen this before? Obito? Moving on. So yeah, it was just one of the the ceiling ninjas. They were dead and gone. Other one was alive, but what happened is they go and look for him. He's got his foot, stuck under a rock. And he's like, oh, and he sees someone and he goes, oh, I'm glad you came here to save me. And then it's like, you see like a kunai pulled out. It's like, oh shit, it's a white Zetsu clone, like dead. He's gone too. But so then what we seem to have is Shino, Kiba, and Hinata, all come together, and they're like, well, how do we know which one is which, or if you're the real one or not? And, they all have these, trust issues. They all start like separating, and so Shino makes the decision that they should, you know, say stuff about them that only they would know. Starts stating facts. So now the funny, I mean, you think that's good enough, but then he says we have to play rock paper scissors, and Key was like, do we have to do that? I mean, is that really necessary? And she was like, no, we have to play rock paper scissors. It was I didn't really understand it at first. I'm like, why? But apparently it has a purpose and all. It's all supposed to resemble something. So they all take their turns. Kiva says something about himself. Hinata says something about herself, and Shina says something about himself. Or no, he doesn't. Thing is, he doesn't speak whenever he gets his turn. He says he doesn't want for whoever the Zetsu is, he doesn't want them to get information on him. Uh, so the whole time you're gonna probably be like suspicious, like it's probably Shino, but it's actually not. What happens is, so Shino's like, I don't trust either of you, so he starts fighting both of them, and it sees Hinata, throws another lantern, which doesn't have any explosions, but like sets a fire around. It's like, nah, you can't use your bugs, and then Kiba does a Fang over Fang or whatever, whatever it's called, and supposedly defeats him. But then we see Hinata, try to attack Kiba, and then it turns out, nope, it was Hinata. Hinata was the White Zetsu clone the whole time. It's like, oh no, what happened to Shino? Well, actually, it was just a bug clone, guys. Don't worry, he's not dead. This is filler. Um, but yeah, so he's safe. And then what do? They stop him. They stop the White Zetsu. They find Hinata, and they leave the cave. Like I said, not as much to talk about this, this week. It's just filler. It wasn't the worst filler I've seen. I've seen worse, but it's kind of like where we are right now with Naruto. Just getting out of the barrier or whatever, this area. He's like, out in the war now. It's like, I want to get back to that. Let's just get back to that. And I'll talk a little bit about in the next episode. I've seen the preview, and it looks weird because looking at it, you think it's canon because you see Sasuke and Deidara. Like, I thought he was, I thought Kankuro had captured him and he was still there. And I know it's filler because I mean, I'm not gonna say too much, but Sasuke, I know how Sasuke makes his, first appearance after the surgery. I've read it in the manga. I know it's not him talking to Deidara. So I don't know. I guess it's filler. I don't know why they'd make like filler such like a deceiving thing, like Sasuke, coming out. Like, come on. I mean, that's something that you shouldn't do like filler on, like Sasuke. You know, as boring as people say filler is, and how it has like nothing to do with the story, I like it when it's easy to tell. Hey, this is filler. Like this week, it was easy to tell. Hey, this is just Hinata, Kiba, and Shino fighting White Zetsu. That obviously has nothing to do with the um, story. So it's I don't understand. Um, I also have no more respect for Akamaru because when he was trying to put out the flames with this piss, he got defeated by a white Zetsu clone. A white Zetsu clone. No, he didn't transform into anyone or fuse or, make himself look like someone else. He was just defeated by a white Zetsu clone. I have no more respect for you, Akamaru. That's pathetic. That is awful. They're like, the white Zetsus themselves are jokes. I mean, we've seen just people like, well, there goes five of them. There goes another five. It's like, wow, one white Zetsu clone just took you down. You should be embarrassed. Well, anyway, that's all I got for this review. Once again, I might do next week, might not. Probably will, just because it's such a strange filler to have like Sasuke and Deidara. But we'll see. That's all I have for this review. So I'm heading out. Have an awesome day.